Hello again. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone's doing okay. Hope you're all well. Um, Today's video, just wanted to share with you. I kind of struggled to find a subject, thinking that I didn't have a picture. This is the picture that you can see, the reference I'll be using, and it's a picture that I took while on holiday. It was a holiday that we had. I believe it was in Bridlington, and this is not too far from Bridlington itself. It was a nice country lane and a few cottages, and I just liked the scene itself. So I wasn't sure that I had a reference. I was getting a bit fed up and wondering what to paint. And then I found this in my phone. So if you're struggling for things to paint, then I do suggest, if you do take lots of pictures with your phone, your camera on your phone, then it's always a rich source of references. The subjects that you can have a go at painting. It's a picture that I took probably about 2 years ago now, and I think when I took the picture, I was thinking it would make a nice watercolour scene, and then I just forgot about it and just left it. And then today, just looked at my phone and found this picture, so I thought, well, why not? I like the way the buildings, the red roofs, the sky, the trees, back of the houses. And also you got a nice warm sort of tone. I think this was it was while I was going out for a run. While I was there staying in the caravan, I used to go for a run in the mornings, and this is very early in the morning as the sun was rising. So you got the nice soft warm colours in the sky. The only thing I think the difficulty in this painting was I don't have the reference to hand, and I use my phone to film the videos with. So I did my pencil work first, and then you can see my it's actually a sepia colour pen, and then I'm just going over my pencil work with this pen. I thought it'd just make a bit more interest than using black ink. You can actually use any colour you want. As you can see, this is a mangaka pen. It's a 0.5 mil, so it's got a nice, not too thin, not too broad tip, and that's ideal for the work that I'm doing here. So just going over all the pencil work and not concentrating too hard. I don't want anything perfect. As I said, it was a reference that's on my phone, so I didn't have the picture to hand as I was painting. So although I did get the overall sort of idea, the sketch itself, from my picture on my phone, when it came to the painting stage itself, it was pretty much guesswork. So I had to, luckily I guessed right. I didn't really study the picture before I started, so I wasn't sure which side the sun or the light was hitting the buildings. And I got it right this time. I just thought it'd make nicer cast shadows though at the side that I did on the left hand side. So the sun in this scene, or the light, is coming from the right hand side, coming through from the right hand side. So just going over, just filling in, giving me enough detail there to be able to go ahead and paint. And this is the wall which separates the road from the buildings. And then you got those nice trees which make a nice backdrop for the buildings themselves. So just roughly going in and sketching the branches, just the overall sort of foliage. And I will be covering this with pigment, so I'm not too fussed. As you can see, I'm close to starting with the colours. The difference with the reference photo and this sketch that I've done, you can see the middle building. I've actually put a window on the outside, which isn't actually there in the reference. It's more of a side of a building. I'm not sure, I think it may be something to do with the building on the left, sort of adjacent to the side of that house there, but I'm not sure. So I just added that window just to add interest. I thought it would read better. And now you can see ready for the paint. Just going in with, because of the nice warm sort of colours, going in with the yellow ochre, just putting a light wash in the sky, and I think that's the colour I will be using for the buildings as well. So a nice light wash of yellow ochre, using a small mop brush, and as always the paints I'm using actually Jackson's watercolours. They're of professional grade, so they're good. I like them. I think they're really good quality. They're very light fast, and they do nice granulations, certain colours, and they offer the transparency of most other professional grade watercolours. So if you've not tried those, then I would recommend trying Jackson's professional watercolours. And they're, as I mentioned in my last video, they're a really good price in comparison to Winsor & Newton or most other top brands. They do offer a good price in comparison. So I've done the light wash of yellow ochre, and now I'm just adding just a touch of cerulean blue. Just mixing that together with the yellow ochre. The yellow ochre will shine through and give that nice warm glow to the sky. Just leaving bits here and there to illustrate clouds, things like that, making it a nice, loose, warm sky. You can see I'm not being too careful, just coming down the paper and just letting that mix with the yellow ochre, and just taking my time going around the chimney of the house. And this side I'm just adding, I think I've added a bit of red to that, cerulean blue, and a bit of yellow ochre too, getting a nice warm sort of grey. I've added quite a bit of red to that. It's gone purpley cast, but I don't mind. I'm liking the colour, so I'm just going to stick with that. And in watercolour, you have the beauty of the water and gravity. So at this stage, you can see I've just turned my block, my artist block, on the side. So I don't want that colour coming down anymore. I want it to run horizontal, so it gives me a nice effect in the sky. So you have that. You have all sorts of things like that you can do with watercolour. Manipulate the angle of the paper. This is actually Arches watercolour. It's £140 cold press, and let me just have a look. It's 12 benign. It's 12 benign inches, the size. And I do like using the Arches watercolour blocks. You have the advantage of, because the surface is glued down on all four sides, you don't get the buckling that you tend to do with other £140 cold press paper. So I do like using blocks. It gives a nice sturdy flat surface to work on, and with Arches watercolour paper it does seem to take quite a good, you don't have to be so gentle with it. It does hold lots of pigment and water on the paper itself without doing any damage. So I'm just going ahead with similar colours to what I've used in the sky, using that on the road. It's quite a large area of the paper. Maybe I could have brought the buildings down, had more of a sky than less road. I don't know. Just let me know what you think. But I decided to go with this anyway and do more road than sky. But I'm using the same colours. You'll see the same sort of mix that I've used in the sky. Blues, a bit of that purple coming through, some of that yellow ochre. And in particular, what I wanted to do is have the road markings in the road leading your eye through the scene. So if I don't succeed in leaving the paper for the highlight, then I'll just use the white gouache just to bring those out, the road markings. And now just a dark mix of sap green, French ultramarine, and I think I've put a touch of cad red in there. Just get a nice dark green, and that can be the trees in the back of the houses, and that helps to bring the houses forward, helps the houses pop. So while I'm doing that, I just add a touch of French ultramarine, so it gives it more of a dark bluey green, so it's darker green. And then on the other side, I'll use a bit of yellow ochre. As you can see, this is more of a mix with more yellow ochre. Gives it that lighter green, sort of a yellowy green rather than a bluey green. So you got all the different colours you can mix with your sap green, depending on which colour you're going for. And I just think it makes it look a bit more interesting as well if you drop the colours in as you've put them down on the paper, and allow those colours to mix on the paper itself rather than muddy them up on the palette. This is actually a mix of all the colours that I've used so far, just letting them turn to mud, and gives it a nice sort of dark, deep grey. So I wanted to do this for the background hill. You can see I'm adding yellow ochre, adding that to the hill, just give it a bit more difference in colours, make it a bit more interesting, and I'm happy with that. I don't want to do too much work. Obviously that hill is in the background, so I want that to stay planted in the background. You can see the hill now, it's dried, and you got that bit of colour, bit of difference in tone, in contrast. So it's a bit. I didn't want too much detail. I didn't want to bring that to too much attention. I'd rather the focal point be on the buildings, as you can see. So just going ahead and a mix of sap green. And I'm just touching bits of French ultramarine into that green to give me the darker parts and different tones within the tree on the side of the house. This is just I didn't want to use I think it's cad red on its own. It was quite a vibrant, quite bright colour. Although the houses, the roofs are quite bright, I wanted to just tone that down, dull that down just slightly. So I had a mix of, I mixed it in what was left of the sky mix, so it gave a little tiny bit of blue and a bit of alizarin crimson, which is a darker shade of red. So I wanted to just tone those rooftops down just slightly, but I'm quite pleased with the colour that's come out. I think they look quite attractive, so I'm happy with that. And now I'm using a warm mix and just going ahead with the shadow sides of the buildings. I'll do those next, and that's I wanted to get a bit of blue, red, so it gives a purpley sort of cast, and then depending what you want, you can go for the blue, purple, or the more red in the purple, so you can get the cool and the warm shadows. So that's what I've gone for here. I think mixing a slight bit of using the yellow ochre again slightly, especially on this building here. You can see it's a nice warm sort of yellow ochre mix. You can certainly see the yellow ochre in that mix. If you're new to my channel, if you've just come across my videos, I do post most weekly. Sometimes I get 2 videos in, depending on what's going on. I know we've now broke up from work, so I've currently got 6 weeks off work. So I will be, although I'll be busy with family, other commitments, I will have maybe a bit more time to do some more painting. So there may be more than 1 or 2 videos per week, which I don't mind doing. But if you're new to my channel and you've just come across my videos, I would appreciate if you do like, comment and subscribe if you want to see more of my content. I am going to be planning on doing some planner painting soon. We're going to have, once the weather gets nicer, I do plan on getting outside and doing some outdoor painting. So hopefully I'll be able to film that and bring you some videos of being out in the open. It just makes it's a nice change to paint outside rather than be stuck indoors. It's been quite a challenging time, I think you'd agree, with this lockdown and coronavirus going along, but I think slowly things are getting back to normal. I hope everyone's well and you're staying safe. It's been quite a challenge, I think, for most of us, but it's also a good opportunity to try and further your skills if you've got any hobbies such as painting or any sort of crafting sort of thing. It's been quite a good time to do that, familiarise yourself with your paints and just get on with it. So I will be posting weekly, especially while I'm off. So if you're new to my channel, I would appreciate if you like and subscribe. Any comments are all welcome. I do, when I get round to it, I will answer any questions, anything like that. Just trying to help my channel to grow. Still quite new to this, so I'm still learning. Any ideas, anything like that, I don't mind dropping a comment in there of any ideas that you've got for painting, or any thoughts that you may have. Okay, so the windows, you can see I'm not really labouring over them much. Not worrying about getting all those details and getting everything exact. I'm just more just touching the paper and just touching the paper and leaving the whites as the frame, and that will do, rather than wasting too much time doing all exact details. I know that's something that I used to do. It's only recently I've just started loosening up and painting a bit more freely and not worrying about all the intricate details. I think most scenes that you come across, or most scenes that you would paint, are quite complicated when you really look at the view. Whether it's a reference photo or whether you're painting outdoors, there's always an element of simplifying. So, and I enjoy painting this way now, just to be loose and more free with the paint. I think when you're painting tight and kind of go exact, you're opening yourself up for more mistakes. I just find it more interesting to do loose style. So if you find it difficult to paint loosely, let me know. Drop a comment. Let me know how you get over that, how you simplify things, and how you go for the looser painting. It'd be interesting to know. I think it's quite a common thing. A lot of people, I think, struggle with this, and I know for myself, I've been wondering what style, how I paint. And it seems to change each time I do a painting. I just have an idea of a certain scene I'll just go for in a different way, and it just changes from painting to painting, I find. So let me know what you think, if there's any ideas, or if you're the same as me. Don't really know the style that I paint, but I think it's just a journey, something that I just keep going, and hopefully you find the sort of niche that you're comfortable with, whether it's I don't know, painting loose, abstract, anything like that. Maybe your thing. Okay, I can see I'm going in with a dark tone now for the road. That will help in the later stage when I'm preserving the white lines, the road markings. Although I think I will go ahead and put some in with opaque colour, and that's when I'll use the white gouache. A lot of artists don't like using that. They like to use the white of the paper, but I think it's nice to add those at the end. Some white paint, just to give you extra highlights if you do miss. If you paint over the preserved highlights that you've got intended, it's always good because it gives you another chance to go in and pick out those highlights. And so, well, you can see I have painted around, carefully painted around the markings, but I'll probably still go ahead and use gouache anyway over the top and put a few more lines as it goes around the corner, the road markings. And you've also got from the left hand side, that's actually a road coming into the road going round. You've got road markings there as well, so I will be adding there. Okay, I'm just painting in the wall. There's a wall going around the side of the buildings, and I think this helps separate the buildings from the road. It gives them nice grounding. Not worried about the detail again, just doing a line of colour, allowing the colour to break as it's like a dry brush. But that can be a nice thing in watercolour as well, as you leave these little white speckles of paper coming through. That gives you light to your painting. So if it's a nice sunny day, then these are things that can help you to get that light into your painting. Just using the white gouache now. These are the road signs. Got an arrow pointing that way, and then another one underneath, and then one pointing the other way. Signs of different places. So I will just go over with some dark paint and just spot that on. I'm not doing it so that you can read it, but just a general marking, just to simplify and just so that you can see that there's writing on there from the distance. And just going over the white road markings with that gouache now. And these road markings are quite important in this scene, because I think they help take your eye through the scene. It just adds interest as it goes through to the right hand side and disappears around the corner. I think one thing that's quite important in this painting is you want to get the dark shadows that are cast under the eaves of the roof, and that helps the roof look like it's actually sat on top of the house. It gives that nice bit of detail. Sort of last thing that you do, last thing that I do is like to do these dark details, the dark lines. Just pulls the painting together and adds more interest. Saying that, I think I'm very near finished. Can't see much else to do. You can see I've added some more white lines on the road, just giving some texture and some interest. It helps give the effect of the road curving round, going round the corner. Yep, I can't really see anything else to do with this painting. I hope you like it. Why not give it a go? You can always watch this video and paint along if you think it's something you could have a go at. Or just simply use your phone, any pictures that you've got on your phone. You can make a great painting just by using reference from your phone, any old photos, things like that. Why not give it a go? Let me know how you get on. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you again in the next video real soon.